So again, for everyone who has just come in, we are going to be using some manipulatives today. I sent everyone an email. If you want to look in the module, this is the digital manipulative. In theory, all you need to do is make a copy of it, and then you can work with it and put your guy on and use the barriers. That's one way, and the other is there is a paper version. Okay, come on. Hello. Here's our paper manipulative. It's just a grid and 4 circles and a pointer. If you just had the grid, if you could print this out, you could use pennies and any piece of paper that you just draw an arrow on. It's very easy. This is not essential, but it does help you, like a flippy do, figure out how your guy is working. Okay, there's Hurad. Okay. Today is a relatively easy day. Okay, let me turn off my atmospheric music to make us feel mellow and nice. I'm sorry, I'm presenting all my fabulous stuff. No, we don't need you. We do need you. Okay, we have a warm-up in Canvas. You can take a look. We'll go over that. We are looking at U5L5 Loops Explore. So we are going to be, oh, look, there's my friend Patrick. Thank you for coming on the first day. Welcome, Patrick. Glad to have you here. We're just starting looking at loops. So there's a warm-up in Canvas. We are looking at U5L5 Loops Explore. I'm hoping everyone has a grid and some dots and a pointer. And if you don't, there is a digital one. We'll go over this when we get to it. All right. So we have a warm up. What's due? The U5L4 app. This is the planner or reminder app. That is going to be due next Wednesday. So it will be counting for next semester. So the list app, that's what we're talking about. This is the reminders app. That is due next Wednesday, February 3rd. So it is in the next semester. Focus on getting anything that you need in for this semester. I am keeping Canvas open all through tomorrow. Technically, Canvas is locking today and not allowing any more submission of assignments. A lot of teachers are adjusting that. Alex and Eric and Miranda. All right, now we're looking good. Okay, so we were just saying the list app, the reminder app or to-do thing is going to be due on Wednesday, and that is in the next semester. So if you have work that needs to be done for this semester, I would focus on that. We'll have all next quarter to go back and fix up your U5L4 app. It is only 12 practice points. It is not a big point app, not to dissuade you from doing it, but just to make you feel a little better. In this transition, we did not want you to be stuck with a big point thing that you had to worry about. So we have a quiz on Monday on lists and arrays, just another little 4-question, 12-minute quiz, all right? Reminder, pay for your AP test before the February 1st deadline. I've had several students ask me. I sent out to ideally everyone and their parents a nice video that Ms. Gassaway made explaining how you pay for your AP. I was confused. I thought you paid the College Board. You pay Churchill. Your payment goes to the Churchill payment system. You know, it's on the website, and Churchill pays the AP for our classes. If you do not want to take your AP test, all you need to do is not pay for it. Everyone was signed up. Normally, if you back out now, you get charged $40. Because it's COVID, they are not charging anyone. So all you need to do if you do not want to take the test is don't pay, and you are all set. If you do want your test, make sure that your parents have paid the $95 by the February 1st deadline, okay? Just go, just ask and make sure. If anyone has questions, reach out to me. Ideally, everybody has all the information they need. Our objective or goal for today is that you will be able to use new vocabulary to describe loops. 2, understand the parts of a for loop. And 3, update the Boolean expressions in a for loop to change how many times the loop runs. Okay? Let's look at our warm-up. All right, I'm going to get my fabulous spinner ready just in case people are reluctant. Ooh, where are we? Not FOT. I need period 4. All right, here we go. Everybody, please do your warm-ups. You will get full credit even if you get them all wrong. It's just easy points. It also teaches you something. And some of these are things we might not have taught. So we're trying to get that out there for you. What will be logged to the console when this code runs? Let my array, now this is Mr. Blanchard, who likes array better than lists because it's more professional, but an array is just a list. They are exactly the same thing. Let my array equal, get square brackets 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Function, find length parentheses array, curly bracket or brackets, return array dot length. Console log, find length my array. Okay, there's Olivia. I thought we had Olivia a minute ago. Nope. I don't know why. Everyone's a little loose today. Okay, so we can put this in the chat or you can sing out if you're feeling brave. Our answers are 5, 4, 12, or error. What will the console log find length parentheses my array all inside parentheses? What will that generate? 5, 4, 12, or error? You can put it in the chat, or I can use my fabulous spinner. No, nothing seems to be arriving in the chat. Kareem Ahmed, you out there? Yes, you are. Kareem?
Yep,
You got
I'm
any
right
idea?
here. Yeah, I'm right here.
Sure. What do you think the console log is going to be for find length parentheses my array? 5, 4, 12, or error?
5.
5. You win. Woohoo! Okay. Do you want to explain why it's 5?
Does it have to do with the line?
It's the length of the list. When it says console log find length parentheses my array, that is finding the length of your list, right? This list is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers long.
Yeah.
The next
12,
question.
1. Isn't it 12, 1, 2, 3, and 4? Aren't those the 5?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And that's 5, in total. But there's 5 numbers in the list. Okay, so let's go to question 2. What will be logged to the console when this code runs? Let my array equal 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, same thing. Function access last item array, curly bracket, return array array length -1. Console log access last item my array. It's the same answers. The question is this 4, 5, 12, or error? Ah, look, up. We've got a 5 and 2 4s. Anybody want to be a deciding vote? We've got a deciding vote, but I'm going to see if we can get another. Oh, the 4s are winning. Look, Edward has changed team onto the 4 team. Correct. 4. No. So my array. Yes, that's right. So what that's getting now is what is the last index of my array, which is the array length -1. I got looking at 4 and thinking, oh, how did it evaluate to 4? So array length -1 is our array length was 5 things are in the list. Array length -1 tells you what the last index number in your list is. And the last index number is 4, as well as the number being 4, which makes it a little confusing. Okay, now this one we haven't really heard, but you can guess. List items can be of different data types: strings, numbers, booleans, etc., but cannot be other lists. Is this true or false? That list items can be of different data types, strings, numbers, booleans, etc., but cannot be other lists. Okay, we have 1 false. Oh, there we go. 2 falses, 3 falses. False it is. You can have a list of lists. The way that you would do that is it would be a list of the variables that your lists have been evaluated to. You would probably not want a list of just lists. Maybe that would be efficient for something, but it doesn't seem like it. We're always trying to make things smaller. Okay, question 4. What will be logged to the console when this code runs? So what you're seeing is a list that has been broken out. All right, let quintet equal square bracket, that means it's a list, saxophone, comma, trumpet, comma, bass, comma, drums, comma, piano. Console log quintet 3. What is the console log printing? Is it printing drums? Is it printing bass? Is it printing trumpet? Is it printing square bracket, saxophone, trumpet, bass? Or square bracket, saxophone, trumpet, bass, drums? We've got 2 drums. Teddy is really knocking it out today. He is on this warm-up. Drums is correct. I should ask Teddy to explain why drums is correct, but I will do it for him. I got actually confused on this one the first time I saw it because of the question numbers. I was thinking there was, the first part of my list was here. It's just the idea that we're looking at what's in the index 3. So we just count 0, 1, 2, 3. Hey, that's drums. All right. Remember, the indexes always start at 0. We're computer people. All right, that's it for the warm-up. Here we are in beautiful Unit 5, Loops Explore. First, we've got a nice video that's going to explain what loops actually are.
My name is Jerome Holman, and I work in the Windows Devices group at Microsoft. It's basically a team where we build cool stuff, tablets, phones, things like HoloLens that hopefully will excite and delight customers. Computers are not infinitely fast. They are much faster than human beings at many tasks. In 2014, the fastest computer in the world was clocked in at an astounding 33 quadrillion calculations per second. Now, for some tasks like composing a song, we generally think human beings still do a better job. For highly repetitive tasks that can be automated, computers are much, much better. Programming languages usually have a few different ways to define and control behavior that should repeat. These are usually called loops. They go by different names in different languages like for loop, while loop, do while loop, for each loop, repeat loop, and so on and so forth. These types of loops have small differences, but all of them are just different ways to get the computer to execute some lines of code repeatedly. The generic term for looping is iteration. Iteration is just a fancy word that means repeat. It usually is in reference to the repetition of a process or procedure. This is why iteration is a good generic term. Often in programming, we have an algorithm that just needs to repeat a specific number of times, or repeated while some condition holds true. We're going to show you how to use a looping structure called a for loop in JavaScript. You can find for loops in the control section of the toolbox. It looks like this when you drag it out. A for loop in JavaScript, like this one, is just a type of counter loop. It counts up from 0 to the number you type in. Why does this simple for loop look so complicated? JavaScript, unlike some languages, doesn't provide a simple repeat loop structure. The for loop is a very powerful and versatile looping structure for both advanced and simple tasks. We're just keeping it simple for now. Let's do a little experimentation. You can drag any commands you like inside the for loop block. These commands will be executed over and over for however many times you specify in the loop. When you run the loop, notice the App Lab highlights each line as it executes. Now, why does the for loop block highlight after each iteration of the loop? That's because the for loop needs to check its counter every time to see if it should stop or run the commands inside the loop one more time. Well, that's not terribly exciting, but it's because we're not really using the computing power that looping gives us. Instead of looping this piece of code 4 times, let's loop it, 200 times and see what happens. Now that's more interesting. One thing to note about loops is that your code will still execute from top to bottom as before. You can put lines of code before the loop if you need to get something set up before the loop starts. Likewise, after the loop is done executing, it will pick up on the line right after the loop. For example, if you want to move the turtle before drawing this figure, I could use a move to command before the loop. And if I want to draw a red dot to see where the turtle ends up, I could add lines after the loop. You will use the same top-down design in many of your projects. These problem-solving techniques will help you identify where loops belong in your code. You still might want to write a function to do a small part of your program, and then write a loop to call that function. Take, for example, the problem of trying to draw this. You might recognize that this is just a bunch of squares, each one rotated slightly before being drawn. Previously, we would have had to make a function to draw a square. To get the 10 rotating squares, we would have had to call this function 10 times, turning a little each time after we called the function. This would have involved a lot of copying and pasting. This code works, it does, but it's very repetitive. Let's just see if we can simplify our code with a loop. We already have a working function that does a piece of the problem once. We can easily stick the function call into a loop to do it multiple times. Clarity and readability are important considerations when programming. As we can see, this code is now much more readable. It's obvious just from looking at the loop that the intent is to draw a square a bunch of times. Loops are a powerful programming construct that uses the computer's primary advantage over humans, that being their amazing speed. By repeating commands as many times as we wish, loops allow us to solve new problems at a scale that would be impossible without computers. There is still much to learn about the loop, but the concept is simple. Loops repeat commands as many times as we need. Now you know how to use a simple loop. You can use them in your programs and take advantage of your computer's power and speed.
Okay, now we get into the fun. All right. So do this. You have one command. All right, so ideally you have your widget. I think it's coming up that I'm going to have a link if it's not working. I've got my paper, I've got my circles, and I've got my little pointer. Again, just a piece of paper with a hand-drawn arrow on it is all you need. But the grid does help. You could draw yourself a grid too. So move forward. This command moves the robot one space forward in the direction that it is facing. Write the program to move the robot to the purple box. So what would that be? It's going to be move forward, open and close parentheses, move forward, move forward, move forward. Yay. Okay. If anybody does not have your manipulative, I am sharing in the chat. I'm going to send it to everyone, not to Tyler Kwong. So this is the digital manipulative if you want to follow along. I find the paper one is quite nice. And as I say, you don't need it, even print it out. You can just draw yourself. This is a 5x5 grid, and use coins for your barriers and just draw an arrow on a piece of paper. You'll be fine. Okay. So move forward, move forward, move forward, move forward. This code is repetitive. How can we simplify it? Introducing the while loop. Now the while loop is going to be very helpful. Here's how it works. While something is true, the code in the while loop runs over and over until that thing is no longer true. So right here, this green diamond is our loop statement. If the Boolean is true, it is going to read the code represented by the yellow, travel around the horn and come back in and be evaluated again. If it is true, it just goes right around, and it does that until it hits false, where it pops out, it breaks the loop and goes to the next line of code. Literally, it goes to the very next line of code. It just keeps moving down in the linear progression. All right. var steps equals 0. While steps less than 4, curly bracket, move forward, open, close, parentheses, steps plus, plus, plus. Steps plus, plus, plus tells us that it is moving forward, okay? So while steps is less than 4, we're at 0, that evaluates to true. And that will allow us to move forward one step. Okay, 1. So now we do the same process again. We've made one loop. Is 1 less than 4? Yes, I step forward. Okay, same thing. Now we're on 2. I find counting with my fingers works, but you can write it down on scratch paper. You need to keep track of how many loops you've done. 2 is less than 4. Bang, bang, bang. 2 is less than 4. That's true. We go move forward. Okay, 3. 3 is less than 4. Thus, it's true. We move forward. And 4 is not less than 4. So we are done with our loop. Exit the loop. Okay, here's another one. var steps equals 0. While steps is less than 4, move forward. Same idea. Run this program on your board. What happens? Okay, look, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah! What happened? why does the robot run off the board? Can anyone tell me? It's kind of cool, isn't it? There's no C++ here. Remember in the last one, or steps plus plus, not C, sorry, steps plus plus plus, that makes it go one step. If it's just moving forward without the steps plus plus plus, technically this is setting up an infinite loop. Our little robot is marching to the horizon for the rest of eternity, and it makes your computer very unhappy. Similar to calculating pi. Okay, so as I say, unless you have an alien satellite that's trying to destroy you, like in Star Trek, you probably don't want to start an infinite loop, but that has been known to kill evil satellites. All right, you have a new command, turn right, open, close parentheses. This command turns the robot 90 degrees to the right. Click to see a new program, run the program on your board. There will be, where will the robot end up? Where in the world will it end up? Everybody knows what 90 degrees is, right? A circle is 360 degrees, 90 is a quarter. So you're going from noon to 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock is 180, 270, 360. Okay, so he's turning 90 degrees to the right. Okay, var steps equals 0, while steps less than 4, move forward and turn right, steps plus plus plus. Okay, so we're at 0. Let's do our first round. We move forward, we turn right, that's 1. We move forward, we turn right, that's 2. We move forward, we turn right, that's 3. 3 is still less than 4, so we move forward and turn right again for the 4th round. 4 is not less than 4. We exit the loop. Okay, while loops. While loops are 3 parts, all right? There is a counting variable set to an initial value. Var steps gets 0. Then a Boolean expression which checks the condition of that variable. While steps less than 4, move forward, steps plus plus plus. As long as we're less than 4, we're moving forward by 1 step. Okay, so that's steps plus 4 is our Boolean expression. Then a statement which increases or decreases the variable that is being checked. Note, if this piece is missing, you may create an infinite loop that never stops running or crashes your browser. That's the steps, move forward, steps plus plus plus. If you don't have that steps plus plus plus, it's not going 1 step. You're just telling it to move forward. And it's like, you know, I can't think of which law of physics, you know, a body in motion will stay in motion until acted upon. So our widget is marching towards that virtual horizon as we speak. I am guessing code.org has something that stopped that from crashing our browser. Okay, a for loop. Now this is new. This is not a while loop. This is a for loop, but it does the exact same thing. A for loop combines these 3 parts of the while loop into 1 statement. Basically, a for loop is shorthand for a while loop. A while loop is very long and has a lot of pieces, right? Var steps gets 0, while steps is less than 4, curly bracket, move forward, open, close, smooth bracket, semicolon, steps plus plus, semicolon, curly bracket, semicolon. We're going to keep all those brackets and semicolons apparently, but we are going to modify this into, so var steps equals 0 becomes var I equals 0. I'm sure you are saying, but why I? Steps doesn't have an I in it. We use I like we use X when we're talking about algebra. It is the go-to stand-in for a variable. Any variable name can be used here. It's most common to use I. So that's like when you're talking about algebra, typically people are always talking about X and Y. It's not that X and Y have any different value than Z and Q, but they are what is normal in that expression. So we use I as computer people. So what's the next part? While steps is less than 4 becomes I less than 4. So variable less than 4 and then I plus plus plus, not steps plus plus plus. Okay? So everywhere in here, steps has been replaced by I, and then we get move forward. All right, we have another command, turn left. This command turns the robot to the left 90 degrees. Click to see a new program, run the program on your board. Where will the robot end up? Okay, so here is our program. Take a moment, see if you can do it on your board, and then I'll demonstrate the steps. So for this new format, for I equals 0, I less than 3, I plus plus plus, move forward, turn right, move forward, turn left. You're doing a little waggle. Okay, I less than 3. That means how many are we going to get to do before we have to stop? Probably 2, because 3 is going to be not less than 3. All right, I'm hoping you have an answer. Let's see what it is. Forward, right, forward, left. That's 1. Forward, right, forward, left. That's 2. 2 is less than 3, so we get a third. Forward, right, forward, left. That's 3. Is 3 less than 3? No, it's not. Thus, we are done with our loop. Exit the loop. Keep track of your variable on a piece of scratch paper. Here's another program. Okay, try and do this on your paper. Var I equals 0, I less than or equal to 2, I plus plus. Move forward, turn right, move forward. Okay? See what you get. Now let's try it out. All right, so my first one, forward, forward, right, forward. Okay, that's 1. 1 is less than or equal to 2. Forward, forward, right, forward. 2. Okay. Is 2 less than or equal to 2? Why, yes, it is. We get a third round. Come on. Forward, right, forward. Okay, 3. Is 3 less than or equal to 2? No, it's not. So out of the loop we go. Okay, here we are. New program. For var I equals 0, I less than 2, I plus plus. You're going to move forward, turn left, move forward, move forward. What happens with a turn left command or a turn right? U-turn. Okay, everybody had a chance to try it out? Let's see what it is. All right, so we're going to go 0, certainly less than 2, forward, left, forward, forward. Okay, that's 1. 1 is less than 2. I hit it again, forward, left, forward, forward. There we are, that's 2. 2 is not less than 2. We are done. We exit the loop. Okay, we're going to make things a little more challenging for us. All right, we have a new command. Can move left, can move right, can move forward, can move backward. Okay, these evaluate to true or false. They are dependent on the direction that the robot is facing. If a barrier or a wall is in the way, the Boolean expression evaluates to false. Okay? Does everyone understand that? So these are can moves And this is just like that car you used to have at Christmas that would drive and wouldn't go off the tabletop, that it could tell where the edge is and it would back up. So if it can move, it will. If it can't, it won't. The code will keep running. All right, let's see what we've got here. Okay, can move forward. Can it? Yes, it can. That's true. Can move right. Yes, it can. That's true. Can move left. False, because it's got a block there. Can move backwards. That's true. It can move backwards. Okay, what about this one? Can move forward. That's true. All right. Can move right. That's true. Can move left. It cannot go through that wall. The perimeter of your grid is considered a wall, just like your barrier. So it can't move left and it can't move backwards, right? It is blocked by the wall and then the obstacle. All right, here we are. Set this up on your board. Okay, fabulous dots. Run the following program. Where will the robot end up? For var I equals 0, I less than 3, I plus plus, if can move right, turn right, move forward, turn left, if can move forward, move forward. Okay? So what's going to happen here? Okay, I hope you've given it a try. Let's see what I get. So I'm at 0, so it certainly shouldn't move. I should move right, turn right, and then move forward and turn left. And move forward if I can, but I can't. Okay? What's our next one? So that's 1, so that's less than 3. We're going to turn right, move forward, turn left, move forward. Okay, so that's 2. Here we go. We're going to, can't move right. We can turn left, but we cannot move forward. Okay, so that's where we end. That's 3. And is 3 less than 3? That is it. Okay, that's the end of our loop. So do you see how even if it is blocked, it will still execute the next lines of code? All right, here's a new setup. Do this program. So this is var I equals 0, I less than 4, I plus plus. If can move forward, turn left. If can move forward, turn right. All right. So let's give this a frisk. So we can move forward. We're going to turn left, and then we're going to move forward and turn right. Okay. This one does not show us the individual moves. Okay. So once again, we are going to move forward. We're going to turn left, and then we can't move forward because of that obstacle, and we're going to turn back to the right. Okay, that's where it ends up. Same thing. So now we're on 2. That's 2 is less than 4. What happens? We move forward, we turn left, we move forward, we turn right. Okay, that is 3. 3 is less than 4. Okay, this one, can we move forward? We can't move forward. We're going to turn left. We can move forward, and then we're going to turn right. Okay? Does that all make sense? Is everybody on board with this concept? It's pretty straightforward. It's kind of fun. All right, so the key takeaways here are the while loop. uses a Boolean condition to repeatedly run a block of code. If it is true, it runs the block of code contained within it. This process of checking the condition and running the block of code is repeated as long as the Boolean condition remains true. Once the Boolean condition becomes false, it will stop. It will come out of the loop and it will execute the next line of code in the sequence. Okay, the while loop is the long form, right? Like longhand. The for loop is shorthand. The for loop condenses the parts of a while loop into a shorter statement. Similar to the while loop, once the Boolean expression becomes false, the loop ends. So instead of while count less than 4, do something, count plus, 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 it becomes, or var count equals 0, becomes for var I equals 0, I less than 3, I plus plus, you're moving forward and you're doing something. Okay, just to go over again, iteration, a repetitive portion of an algorithm which repeats a specified number of times or until a given condition is met. Infinite loop occurs when the ending condition will never evaluate to true. It just keeps looping. Okay, I can't remember if I said this for this class, but iteration is a big part of modern production of big computer programs. You used to get paid for the number of lines of code. That was a silly system because it made programs really, really long. So now actually you're getting paid, for effectiveness and efficiency in your program, but the way they do it is a process called Agile. You'll hear a lot about Agile management techniques, Agile style. Agile is the idea of using iterative techniques to develop big pieces of code. Multiple coders working on individual pieces, little pieces, getting that right and then moving on to the next one, getting that right, moving on to the next one. It is an iterative process. You do small bites one at a time, but make sure they are right and keep moving down the track. The opposite of Agile is a process called waterfall. Waterfall is the standard technique, the linear way to do things. You do part A, then you do part B, then you do part C. It all follows in sequence. With something like Agile, you can have 10 people working on 10 different places in the code at the same time. You are not doing the start first, then the middle, then the end. It is an iterative process. Okay, we have about 15, 16 minutes left in class. I can answer any questions on loops or problems. You can continue because you're having so much fun into U5L6, which will be our next class, and then that will get into the practice. If you are having problems with your apps or anything that you need to turn in for this semester, please work on that. If you need to talk to me in a breakout room and go over an app or a problem or a grade or something, we can do that. I have time right now. So just let me know what makes sense to you. If you've done every single thing that's due for this quarter, like I say, you can look at lesson 6, or you can be working on your U5L4 list maker app, the reminder app. That is not due until next Wednesday. Okay, so that's not in this marking period. I'd rather have you working on something that is due if you haven't done it. Okay, I have one request for a breakout room. Let me see what's going on there. I warn you, I get lost in these things. So if class ends and I am not back, we can end class. Hang on. Trust me, I will try and get back out. I just find that you start working and then. Okay, Kareem, let me go with Nicole first, and then I'll come back and get you, okay?
All right.
Thank you. All righty. Where did my breakout rooms go? Okay, and I need to. Where's Nicole? There you are. Back in a few.
You're on mute.
I'm coming for you, Kareem. Hang on. There you are, all the way down at the bottom. Oh, help, I don't want you. See you in there.
You're on mute, Mr. Swift.
I'm not saying much, just sort of muttering to myself. I'm looking for my friend Dakota. Okay, so I have one more room. Yeah, again, if anybody else wants time, just sign up and we'll see what we can get to.
monkey.
You're on mute.
Mr. Swift, you're muted.
You my impassioned speech and I'm muted. Thank you. Thank you, team. That is why I love you. I was just saying, this is our last class. We are over. I just really appreciate how much you guys have supported me. And I really do feel that we are doing great learning in COVID here. I do not feel that we are really cutting corners. I feel we are knocking this whole course out in a difficult way, but we are meeting the challenge. So thank you so much. I hope you're still in my class. You'll come next week. But if not, don't worry. They're fabulous teachers. We're all in the same place. Okay?
Thank
I
you.
love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Reminds me of
Thanks.
this.
Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you.
You bet.
Mr. Swift,
Yes, my friend.
did the tech guy ever get back to you about the problem with my code?
Ooh, hang on, Ryan. Which was your problem? I've had him.
It was the one where it wasn't outputting the correct thing. Like, instead of outputting the answer, it would just output undefined.
I thought I sent that to you. Let me take a quick look at my emails. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, which app is this?
The decision maker.
Decision Maker. So it's the U4L14.
Yeah.
It gets confusing. I'm working on so many. Okay, thank you. Taylor, can I help you? Kyle?
Can I just talk to you about
Oh,
my
sorry, I just
decision
came
maker
back.
app?
Have a good semester, Mr. Swift.
Thank you, Kyle. It's a pleasure working with you.
Yeah, you too.
Well, we all could be together anyway, too. So don't. Taylor, what can I help you with?
Can I talk to you about my grade on my decision maker app?
I don't think I have even looked at your Decision Maker app.
Okay, because I just have half credit in my
Right. So every time you see a perfect 50, it is 50% flat even. That is typically something that has not been graded. It is this crazy, MCSP 50% rule that things that are typically not assignments that are turned in on time, it's weird, late assignments pop up. They are just evaluated at 50% right off the bat, and then I need to grade and you get whatever the grade is. So I apologize for that and that it's confusing, but my rule of thumb is if you have a grade that looks like it's 50%, and know that if I gave you a 50%, I would probably contact you or be leaving, some sort of a note for you about how to improve this.
and also for it was like our first app, our development planning app. I have a 10.5, but I remember I came in and you like helped me redo my app.
Okay, so here, let's, so hang on. Let me take a quick look. Because no, these are exactly the kind of things that sometimes fall through the cracks. Hang on, let me get into grading. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. Grade sync, grades. Why are grades not showing up? That's very, oh, there. Never mind. All right, Madam Branch. Okay. Yeah, so I'm seeing your guide for the U4L14. That's no problem. I will be getting to that. Great job on your quiz. U4L8, you got a 17 out of 18. U4L4, it's a 14. There might be something you can fix on that. What am I looking for?
In the grade book, it just says app development planning guide.
Out of 21, unit 3.
Yes.
Okay, I have not touched yours. Again, that is a 21 point thing and it's showing 10.5. So I will work on this right now for you, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
No, and just know that I will always, I am trying to get what we're working on done as quick as I can, you know, the U4L14. I always have to go back and do a full sweep through everything. Make sure, because I can see everything, I have to make sure absolutely nothing is left in there that you've turned in. And I see it in Canvas. I don't see it in code.org.
Okay, thank you.
That's the big issue.
Okay, have a great semester. Thank you.
You bet, you too. I'll take care of you. Ryan, is there something else I can help you with?
Yeah, it's just I don't think I did get an email about it.
No, oh, hey, I was just seeing if I got one. Let me do that right now for you.
Okay.
Inbox. What is your app doing?
It's you enter your age and then you choose either steak or chicken and
Okay.
it is
It's a
supposed
meal
to
picker.
output. Yeah.
Or is it a side dish pick?
It's a meal picker or side dish, I guess, but it's labeled meal
What are
picker.
you giving them? You get like steak and fries or steak and a
Yeah,
salad?
steak and salad and steak and fries.
Well, I think I have code for that I could cheat and give you. This is where I get to be a doctor and prescribe you. Well, it's like people are saying, oh, but we're not supposed to be. And it's like morphine, when you break a leg, sometimes doctors prescribe you morphine. On a normal day, you wouldn't be getting it, but this is not a normal day.
Yeah, because we've been working on it for a while, and every time we fix something, another thing just stops working.
Okay, so I'm pretty positive I know another one of those. I'm trying not to. I've got another question I've got to ask my expert source, so I'm limited on my freebies. So let me go to code.org. I am pretty positive we are in. All right, we're in U4L14. Let me go to. Why does it do this? Oh, there. Okay, and then 4. What I want is my friend. Why am I not seeing Nacho? It's weird. Oh, that's why. Silly me. He's period 3. That's why. Ooh. I swear we got this back into block mode. Dang it. All right, this isn't going to really help you.
Yeah, because you showed me, I think it was like Kenneth or someone's.
Yeah, Kenny G. Kenneth.
You showed me his code, and I think that's what I based mine off. But it
Okay.
And
And
I
it was
think
that idea of all those nested if-else statements.
Yeah, and I think his also like output something incorrectly if I remember. It was like it would
Okay.
just tell you to get water either way or something, which is kind of what mine's doing, but instead of an actual answer, it's just saying undefined.
Okay. So let me share this with you. This is not particularly helpful, but it might. Okay. So, oh, that's what, is that right? I thought he had the chicken. Could have sworn that Nacho had. All right, well, let's just quickly look at this. Does yours have a done button, or do you have two things that are evaluating? Or you have two on events?
Yeah, my on events are once you enter your age and you click out of the box, that like activates it, and then once you click on the drop down menu, which either one you choose, outputs it onto the actual thing.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly look at yours just to make sure what we're talking about. And is yours stuck in code in block mode? No, thank the Lord.
It's not showing any errors. It's just giving me undefined as the output.
Okay, so that's so.
And last week when we looked at it, neither of us could find anything that was like outright incorrect.
I'm betting okay, so for one, somehow undefined doesn't have a space, but meal, get text, meal drop down, age, get text, age input, date update. So what are you printing?
It's supposed to print you should get, and then under all the possibilities there's an answer for each. So
Right.
it's supposed to print if you say that you're older than 17, or I mean younger than 17, and you choose steak, it gives you steak and French fries. And if you're older than
Okay, so
17,
hang on, let's so if my meal is steak, my age is 17. Let's turn down the turtle. So everything is undefined. So yeah, so your answer is never getting evaluated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why isn't it seeing that the meal is, well, my meal's chicken now. Why isn't it seeing that the meal equals steak and that should be the answer? It should not keep going, right?
Yeah, because it like goes down and then I'm pretty sure it goes back up or something. But I'm not sure why it still says undefined. Because I'm pretty sure I've defined it.
Meal. Well, I mean, we could put, if you put a console log under answer, I'm sure it's going to say undefined. Why is it not evaluating? Right? If, else, right? There's no other. Now, why isn't there an else on these?
Because there was before, but then you told me to like take them all out of each other. There used to be, it used to just be all like in one
Right. No, I
thing
know it
and
was all in
including each
one.
other.
All right. Just, I know, I apologize that I'm not a better coder. That it just seems, I mean, it seems very straightforward, right?
Yeah, it looks like
You got
it
an
should
on
be
event, you
working.
push. If the meal is that, it should get the next thing. I mean, all I can think of is try an if else for this first one. Can we just put I mean, here, I can try it. In theory, I can steal yours. Okay, so I am going to, let me-
I think if you click the plus on the if statement, it'll create an else.
yeah, but it doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
It should valuate to that, and it, now wouldn't that work though? If you just made this an else if statement, so if you're steak and you're 17 or over, you're going to get steak and French fries, and if you're not, no, that would make everybody, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to help us, right? I mean, I don't know. Let's try running it. Go ahead. It's still coming up as undefined, right? Undefined. You need a space in here. Are you seeing my screen?
Yeah, I am.
You need a space after get.
Okay.
Oh, help. I just killed something in there. But get, why is answer not valuating? All right.
What it? No, because
Let me try and get you an answer. I think we're just going around in little circles. These guys are right? The get text.
yeah, those
are
those
the
all
right
work
inputs.
correctly.
Meal drop down, age input.
The on events are working. The only thing that
Changing.
seems to not be
Right.
working.
Yeah, I mean, it's got, and the stupid thing is, it's got to be something ridiculously simple, right? Because
It
this
seems
seems
so.
so straightforward.
If I in the last or line 29, if instead of just answer, if I replaced it with var or no, because that one.
You need yeah, I mean, you're just valuating your variable with these things, but they're not ever evaluating. Oh, I know why. No, yes, no. I got it.
What is it?
I think it's your console log. Try getting, let's see. That shouldn't be the problem, right? But
Yeah, we added the console log last time to see what was wrong with it.
I hear you. Again, I am not, well, let's not go. Now undefined's on the next line at least.
Yeah.
No, it's not solving our problem. All right. Let me check with my higher power and see what I can get for you.
Okay.
Whatever it is, this should be a simple fix. We can't be that far wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's not, I think it's only 1 point that it's not generating. Well, it's not generating any right answers. All right, let me work on this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, Ryan.
Because before I was wondering, like, do I turn this in now? And then I just decided I'll try and fix it because I don't want to.
Exactly. Wait a minute. I mean, the other thing is, do you have any friends that are good coders?
Not really.
But I'll send you to my friend Nathan Zalik. All right, let me work on this and let me see if I can get you an answer. Because we've got a little bit of time, because I'm letting you turn things in tomorrow, and if we're desperate, which I'm assuming you are, we can turn it in over the weekend. But this
Okay.
should not, once we figure out what's wrong, I'm guessing it's like a 1 or 2 thing problem.
Yeah, because
Right.
I'd assume it's something wrong with the variable itself, but it looks like,
But it can't be. It's just a stupid variable, right?
yeah, because it looks
You
like I
create the
defined it and
variable,
everything.
you evaluate the variable. We got no local variables going. Oh, there's a question. Does meal evaluate?
Hmm?
Where is meal being
Yeah.
used?
In the equals thing, meal equals steak, meal equals chicken.
Okay. So that's meal, and there's meal getting called. Meal, meal, meal. So, okay, I found it. What's your problem? It only takes, a half an hour staring at it to figure it out. I hate to tell you, my friend Ryan, in the world of simple things that are wrong, think of the word camel case and look at where my arrow is pointing to.
Oh, is it making meal equal to just sticking or chicken and steak?
Meal dropdown is improperly written. It should be lowercase meal, capital dropdown, camel case. So it's in your design mode. You named that
Oh,
button wrong.
okay.
So that's why I don't think meal is ever valuating. And if meal doesn't valuate, answer doesn't valuate. Does that vaguely
Okay.
make sense? I'm very pleased
Yeah,
with myself.
I'm changing it now.
Yeah, let me try it. I can do it myself. I've got a copy of yours.
It's still saying undefined.
Oh, don't tell me that. Come on, this is brilliant. Don't go raining on my. Oh, well, you know why? Again, all you did was change the words. Your button is named meal dropdown. You've got to
No,
go into design mode.
I just did go into design mode and
Oh, okay.
change the ID.
And it's still not working? That just can't be true.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll try refreshing the page.
Oh,
again.
yes. Don't forget to refresh. Brilliant. Refresh is a big issue.
Yeah, no, it still says undefined.
Swine. Seems so good. Why? I guess. Do buttons have to be in camel case or whatever? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Hang on. I'm gonna do my favorite. Yeah, I think camel case is really just for variables. All right, again, let me send this out. Let me see if I can get an answer and let's move on.
Okay.
I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me just quickly take one more look. Oh, I was feeling good about that one. Oh. What is on event M? What is M?
In mine, that's meal drop down.
How can it be meal drop down if it's M?
On my version of the code, it says the whole word.
Okay, I am looking at your version of the code and I am not seeing M. I am seeing that it should be meal drop down, right?
Yeah.
So click, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Again,
Mm-hmm.
you should not be typing new words into here. You should be using whatever's in the on event because those are all the options for it. So I don't know how M got in there, but that is a problem.
For me,
Now,
it's meal drop down.
hang on. I'm going to refresh just in case. Come on, baby. Show me the money. 17, and I'm eating steak, and I'm undefined. And I'm still undefined. Ooh. The get text ID parameter refers to an ID meal dropdown, which doesn't exist. Okay. Oh, well, there we go, because meal dropdown is spelled wrong. But why is... You couldn't have changed the button if that on event is still giving me meal dropdown with a capital M.
I went into design mode and I changed the name of it to lowercase meal drop down. And then in my code, I can share my screen if you want. It
Okay,
still
but I'm just
says
saying,
meal
why
drop
am I
down.
not seeing it? I have an on event that tells me every single thing that can have an on event, and it's telling me meal drop down, capital MEALDROPDOWN. So
Not
can you,
sure.
let me go the other way around. Let me stop sharing and just show me what you're seeing in design mode.
Okay.
This is called pairs programming, or the blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but click that button. Click that down button and show me, oh, so you do.
Yeah.
Okay, now that is really weird, right? Because here,
Well, I
I'm gonna
just
refresh.
changed it, so it might not have updated on your version.
No, I refreshed. It's
Hmm.
not like these things should.
Is there a different version history that you might be on?
Oh, that's probably it. Hang on, that's exactly what it is, that I'm stuck. I have a remix of your app the way it was. Hang on, let's get out of here. Let's go to code.org. Oh, I don't want to do that one. Oh, I don't want to do that one. All right, I don't want to be in unit 5. I want to be in unit 4. Not the photo. Excuse me. All right, you are 4th. Okay, so now let me steal this and see what I can do. So you're still being recalcitrant, right?
Mhm.
Undefined. So age input 1, meal drop down, get meal drop down. Update screen. The steak, and age is greater than 16. That's great too. Why is answer not getting evaluated? All right, again, I'm just going to go see if I can find someone that can help us.
Okay.
All right, we have given it our college try.
Mhm.
All right, I will hopefully get back to you soon. All right.
Yeah. Let me know when I should turn it in by through email or something.
Well, by
'cause-
end of tomorrow, if you haven't heard anything, but hopefully you will.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. But you're very close. Again, I don't. You're not going to get hurt by this.
Yeah. I just wanna know like what's wrong for.
I hear you. It's
Future.
very annoying.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Have a great
You
weekend.
too.
It's long weekend.
Yeah. I don't know if I have you next semester, but thank you.
It's my pleasure, Ryan. Trust me, all the teachers are great, and we all are doing the exact same thing at the exact same pace.
Okay. Thank you.
And you might get a
Bye.
teacher who's a better coder.
Okay. Bye.
Mr. Blanchard is my go-to.
Mhm. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye.